Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome back all my old subscribers and people who've been following me. Thank you so much for holding on tight during the break. I needed that break. Thank you so much. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca Kisidu, aka Mrs. Kiss. For refresher, I am a Christian. I am married to a very good husband. I have 3 children and I'm a professional nurse. And I love talking about relationships and marriage. So on this channel, I discuss issues on relationship, marriage, faith, all kinds of things in between that. And I'm excited that you join me. Please, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that every time I post a video, you'll be first to know. What we have to talk about today, I'm just gonna go over some of the things that I learned during the time that I took a break. You know, in everything that you do, you have to, at some point you have to, pause and see what, sometimes just pause and get some rest. Sometimes, you have to pause to refresh, to reflect, and to see what is going on. What can you do better? What can you take off? And all that stuff. But on a lighter note, I kind of took the break off again too, because I wanted to see if I could lose weight and come back looking like a slave queen. But that didn't quite happen. As you can see, I think I'm probably gained some more. But hey, life goes on. We're not gonna stop because of a few pounds here and there. But that's by the way. Today we're gonna be talking about staying or leaving. When you're in a relationship, when you're in marriage or any kind of relationship, mostly in a relationship today, because it could apply to all kinds of relationship. Do you stay or do you leave? But before you can answer that question, you have to make sure that you're evaluating your relationship. At every point in time, you need to make sure that, you're assessing things. Don't think that, I've always said that for especially Christians, we shouldn't take things for granted every once in a while. From the dating stage to whatever stage you find yourself in any kind of relationship, you have to make sure that you're pausing to ask yourself certain questions. You're pausing, you're reflecting on some of the things, the events of the relationship and how things have turned out. If not even for the person involved, it's for your own good, so that you can only get better. So things that I did while I was on this breather break or whatever you call it, was to reflect on my life, reflect on my relationship, reflect on my, some of the things that I love to do, my YouTube, and different things, even my career and other things, my parenting skills and other things that I'm involved in. So it is good to evaluate. It is good because it's a time for you to reflect. It is a time for you to review your ways and to make changes. No matter what kind of relationship you have, it is not too late to evaluate. Every relationship, in my opinion, needs to go through periodic evaluation, periodic assessment, so things don't take you by surprise. We live in a crazy world already. There's all kinds of things going on, and so make sure that you know what is going on in your particular relationship, because in Akan they say that sometimes you think that you're doing well, sometimes you think that you and your spouse, your husband, your wife are getting along, everything is good, but for all you know, things are really crooked. Sometimes you think that the person you're dating or courting, you're all on the same page, but for all you know, they are done with you or you are done with them. So it is good to pause. First of all, you need to pause. You need to stop. I'm not saying stop the relationship, but you yourself, you need to stop that, business of being in that relationship, and just stop and see what you are doing. Sometimes just to rest, from all the events of the relationship, from all the dynamics, just rest your mind on it. Just get the refresher. So, and I encourage people, if you need some time alone, even if you're married, ask your spouse, tell them that, I just need to breathe a little bit. I just need to take a break. Make sure that you rest. It's important to rest. It is important to, sit back, to stop and to pause to make sure that what you're doing, or at least all of you, are on the same page. The second point is you need to reflect after you pause, after you rest. You need to reflect on what has been going on in your relationship. If it's with your children, if it's with your in-laws, if it's with your, the person that you're dating, you need to reflect. If you're a Christian, what are you using scriptures in your relationship? Yeah, you've known this person, you've known this guy, you've known this lady, and you're talking, and by the time you realize you're doing all kinds of stuff. Reflect on your activities in that dating or courting relationship. In that marriage, reflect on your sex life, the styles that you do, different things like that. If they are godly, you need to reflect and make changes in that event or in that relationship. The other point is you need to review. After you've reflected, you need to review that, and I think I've already mentioned part of it. You need to go through events and review it, and even times that you've had conflicts and conflict resolution, and times that you have probably been stubborn. If you review and you realize that, I think it was my fault, that's the time that you get together, or you're able to get your thoughts together to go back to your spouse or your partner, or even that in-law or that parent or that child, to be able to discuss. But without revision of these things, and you sit there, things might take you by surprise. So you need to review, and then you need to resolve. You need to resolve all the discrepancies that has happened in the relationship, and you need to make amends. You need to recover things that are lost. You need to plan to recover them. There are some things, if you don't take your time and you don't plan well, there are some things that can never be recovered, especially in relationships. So you need to be careful before you get into relationship. You need to make sure, even if it's your spouse, even if it's your wife, even if it's your husband, there are certain words that you speak to that person that you may never be able to take back, that can mess things up forever. There are certain attitudes, there are certain behaviors, there are certain ways that you behave that if you're not careful, you will not be able to resolve. So make sure that is why periodic, or even I say frequent, evaluation is important, so that you don't get that far before you can make changes in your behavior. Like if you're dating, make sure that every once in a while, I would say very frequently, make sure that you're checking, especially yourself, self-evaluation. And then when your partner is involved, when you're married, at least make sure, and that is my own recommendation, make sure that quarterly you're checking. Every 3 months, you kind of sit. You don't have to make it big or huge, or all whatever. Just sit with your spouse and be like, hey, how has things been going? Do you like how things are going and stuff? And we take it for granted because we think that, oh yeah, we're good. If there's something that happened, he will say or she will say. But sometimes if you don't bring it up, people would not, they may also forget. But then as soon as they get triggered, all kinds of things come up. And then that's when, words that hurt come out, and things that may not be repairable come out. So, there are so many questions that you can ask during the evaluation or reevaluation process in your relationship. You could ask the person, your significant other, are you happy with me? Are you happy with the way things are going? Do you like my parenting skills? Do you, what can I do better? Because sometimes people are not able to really tell you your weakness. But if you start off with, what can I do better in this courtship or in this dating or in this marriage? What can I do? How do you want me to treat you? That kind of thing. Do you feel comfortable? Are you satisfied in this marriage? Are you okay in this marriage? Ask your spouse, ask your husband, let your husband ask you that. Ask things. It may not follow the same pattern, but some of these questions can open up. In college I learned about open-ended questions. Like open-ended questions can help open up a ton of topics or things that you can talk about to restructure your relationship, to evaluate your relation, to assess how things are going. Do you like the way I treat you? Do you feel my love and respect? Do you feel like I support you? What can I do to make you feel comfortable, more comfortable? What can I do to make you more happy? Do you feel like you're married to a Christian wife? Do you feel like you're married to a Christian husband? Do you feel like we are dating in a godly way? Do you feel like we are dating or we are courting in a way that pleases God? Do you feel like the activities within our sex lives. Does it, is it pure? On my break, I did do some of these things, and I did take into consideration some things, that I've learned personally, and I'll be sharing with you as we go on. Let me know what you think. Let me know what instances, what you can add on in the comment section, and then I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back. I am so excited to be back again. It's been nice. I can't wait. Please, if you're here and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, follow us, share the video, and let me see your thoughts in the comments, and like the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a blessed day.
Thank you for watching, Mommy. Subscribe.